Okay everybody, excited to do an unboxing and installation on this retractable hose reel. So what I've got here in my garage is of course my pressure washer setup, but when I'm doing stuff like rinsing my garage floors, filling up things that I need to outside, or wash the dog, I'm not going to use the pressure washer, I'm going to use the hose. So instead of having to wind this up all the time, this is going to be a huge improvement. So big shout out to Giraffe Tools for sending me this really cool hose reel. So this looks like the model is the CW20 5/8 hose. Looks like, 65-foot water hose with a 5/8 hose, which is going to be fantastic. They supply you with anchors if you are to put it inside of like a concrete or brick foundation. That's not what I'm going to be doing because I've got wood walls. So it looks like here is the hinge. That's going to be very simple. 4 nice bolts that'll hold it in place. Let's go ahead and check it out. Okay. This is awesome that it comes with the jump hose. So a jumper hose is what's going to feed the actual hose reel. I've got my spigot down here. I was a little concerned that I didn't have a jump hose available, so that makes it a lot easier for setup. All you have to do, hook this up to your main water line where you're feeding water in, and you're set to go. I'm also really hopeful that this will be, in addition to it being able to swivel, where it can swing back and forth, and this is your pin that you're going to put in, of course, when you put it in place. That's all said and done. The other thing I was hoping for, it has a guide in place. So when you're winding your hose back up, a lot of hose reels, if they don't have that guide that moves it, walks it back and forth when it puts it back on the hose reel, it's a huge pain to have the hose not bind on itself inside the casing. So that's going to be pretty major also. Just got to figure out exactly where I'm going to put this. I'm going to get the bracket mounted, and then we will be able to hook it up and see what we think. 4 bolts in the bracket, and then you have a swiveling retractable hose reel. Just finishing up the last little install here, putting in the pin, and we're good to go. All right, the only difficult part is installing the actual bracket, which is done. We've got our bolts in. I just had to source a little bit of hardware because this is a wood panel wall, and putting in those anchors wouldn't necessarily be the most efficient thing to use. We're going to go ahead and hook up our water line. Here is their tip. Don't pull the hose past the stop indication sticker 3 feet before maximum length. For the hose reel back, turn off the tap, pull the nozzle to release the excess water, and then you can guide the hose back into the reel. All that makes complete sense. We're going to fire up the water now. We've got a 65-foot hose to fill up here. So, all right, that's the cone. Rinse. Rinse is just a straight line. Shower. That's for like a watering a good plant. Vertical, angle, straight down basically. Center. Center's nice. Mist. Flat. Soaker, cone, back to rinse. 10 out of 10 would recommend this hose reel. I like that it tracks the hose in. You've got your jump hose figured out right away. You pull this pin, you can take the whole hose reel off. Very nice design. Giraffe Tools, big shout out to them. 65-foot, 5/8 inch retractable garden hose.